In this video, we're going to show you how to use Can I Rank's Improve My Rankings tool to perfect your on-page optimization. It's one of the most important areas of SEO because it relates to everything about helping search engines understand what your page is about. If they don't understand what your page is about, they can't rank you at the top no matter how well you do with links and website building. So, we've analyzed the keyword e-commerce business, and we're going to take a look at what we can do to improve our page's targeting. If we scroll down to the competitive analysis table, we see that we are currently a 45 in page relevancy, so that's our on-page SEO score. And our competitors are pretty good here. They've got multiple keyword usages and a high topic relevancy score of 84%. So that's what we want to match. We want to get this score from 45 up into the 70 plus range so that we can better compete for this keyword. If we scroll down to the how can you better target this keyword section, then Can I Rank has several tips for us about how we can improve our on-page optimization. First is that it recommends related terms that'll help search engines understand what our page is about. Ever since Google Hummingbird, search engines don't just look for occurrences of a single keyword. They want to see that you're covering the entire topic space. And usually that means talking about a lot of related concepts and terms. So if you're writing an article on e-commerce business, you're probably going to mention things like starting an e-commerce business plan, maybe business models. You might mention business opportunities or small business e-commerce. It's all of these terms that help search engines understand that this is a very good, thorough article on the topic, and it's not just some junk article that happens to mention the keyword a few times. Can I Rank can also show you how your site compares in usage of these related terms compared to the competitors. Next, we'll look at your usage of the exact keyword, the target keyword, so e-commerce business. Self-starter is using this keyword 5 times, and at first that might seem like quite a lot, but if we compare that to the existing competitors, we can see that they're actually a little bit on the low side. The top-ranking site uses it 13 times, including once in the title, once in an H1 heading, 3 times across all headings, and 6 times in anchor text. So that's just doing a little bit more to help the search engines understand that that's an important word for them. And there's no reason why we shouldn't try to match the top performing sites in this area. Certainly, we don't want to go overboard and end up in this danger zone here, but we can definitely increase and be right in line with what the highest performing sites are doing. Last but certainly not least, we look at how to use page elements to make important words stand out. So what are those important words? Well, there are all of these related terms that we looked at up here. Each of these help the search engines understand what the overall site is about. So in order to help them understand that those are important words, we want to make sure that we're using those in key areas in our page. So when we look at how other sites are doing this, we can see, for example, that the #1 ranking site has related terms 3 times in their title, 3 times in their H1 heading, 24 times in other headings, a whopping 48 times in anchor text, and 87 times across the overall body. Here's an interesting one, is the Wikipedia page that's ranking for this. 166 occurrences of related terms in that Wikipedia page. And as we all know, Wikipedia does a really good job of encyclopedically covering topic areas, and that often means mentioning a lot of related concepts and terms. So, in fact, in this instance, if we go back to the usage of exact keywords, we can see that Wikipedia here doesn't use the term e-commerce business even once on their page, and they're still managing to rank on page 1 for this term. And the way that they're doing that is by using all of these related terms that help the search engines understand what that page is about without them ever having to mention the exact keyword term. So that certainly shows the power of using related terms. Here's another example of perfect on-page SEO targeting. So this is the cooking blog, thekitchen.com, and they're ranking for the keyword hard-boiled eggs. So believe it or not, this is actually quite a valuable keyword, worth about $250,000 a year in paid advertising. So these guys are all going to be doing a good job of targeting it. But one interesting thing is if we scroll down to the on-page SEO section of the Can I Rank report here, under how can you better target this keyword, and we look at how frequently the kitchen is using this keyword term, we'll notice they're using it 0 times. They didn't once include the keyword hard-boiled eggs, but they're ranking on page 1 for this term. I think they're third, fourth position. So how did they manage to do that? Well, they managed to do that because they're doing an excellent job using these related terms. We see 140 usages. They're right in the ideal range of this. And if we show details here, we can see that they've included related terms 6 times in their title, 4 times in headings, 5 times in anchor text, 32 times in emphasized text, and 140 times total in the body. And that puts them right up towards the top compared to these other ranking sites and how frequently they're using those related terms. So again, we see that in modern SEO, it's really not about just repeating your keyword. Certainly that's helpful, and if you include the exact keyword in your content, that's very important. But the number one thing since Google Hummingbird is really to be able to use related terms that help the search engines understand that your site relates to the topic overall. So for hard-boiled eggs, even though they didn't include that keyword, they do include boiled eggs, deviled eggs, soft-boiled eggs, boiled egg, how to boil eggs, perfect boiled eggs, and probably lots of other related terms that help make it clear to the search engines that that's what this page is about.